Hi folks, I want to do a quick tool review on a couple of tools I recently got and I had a chance to use out in the field. So I'll share a little bit of experience in my using them and what I think about them. And I apologize to people that don't work in the trades who just want to see what this tool can do, and that I do get sidetracked a little bit. I enjoy the work I do and I discuss a little bit about my job. So I apologize if you just want to see the wrench right off, what it can do. I'm talking about the Irega reversible jaw wrenches. These have been out for several years now, but I only just found out about them myself a month or so ago. I saw somebody talking online about them. I watched a video, I looked up the company a little bit, and I was intrigued and I wanted to give them a try. To give you a little background on what I do, I've been in the trades about 15 years. I currently work for a government agency the last 5 years. But I started out in the private sector. I went to an HVAC school, started working for HVAC contractors, got into plumbing because a lot of companies do heating, cooling, and plumbing. So I had a chance to get an apprenticeship and went for 4 years and got my journeyman plumber's license. And I don't necessarily need these for my current job, but I still maintain my licenses. Every 3 years I renew my journeyman plumber's license. It costs me, a couple $100 to renew it, but it's worth it for me to renew them every year to have them, because like they say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But enough of that. My tool bag is pretty heavy. It's over 30 pounds. I weighed it one time. It's over 30 pounds. I mostly do service work. I've always been on the service side of the trades, and it's just kind of the way it's worked out for me, and I enjoy it. And so I try to do as much work as I can out of this bag without having to go back and forth and get other tools. So whenever I see something that I might be able to do the job of two tools and carry one tool in place of two, then I'll look into it. And so what I'm talking about is the Irega reversible jaw wrench. I first got the 10-inch version and put it in my bag and thought I'd try it out because I'm trying to hope to eliminate carrying a 10 or 12-inch adjustable wrench and a larger pair of channel locks. My regular wrenches I carry in the bag is a 10-inch Knipex Cobra Quickset pliers. I also have a pair of 12-inch Knipex, they're pipe wrench pliers, and I also carry a wide jaw 8-inch, like the Klein. I used to have the channel lock with the code blue grip, but I use those in my home tool bag. So I put this in my bag, hoping I could eliminate putting tools in there and then taking them out, put them in there, take them out. And I tried it a couple times. The first time I tried it, it was on a water heater call. It was a propane water heater that had been out of service for several years, just sat there. It didn't work when I got there, so I ended up putting a gas valve in, and I also replaced an orifice on the pilot assembly, and I got it going. But the piping on the water heater looks like the gas company had used, I think it was that gas Swalla, the hard set thread sealant, because they were on there really, really snug. So. But I was able to get it with this 10-inch and Knipex Quickset pliers right out of my bag. I didn't have to go and get pipe wrenches for a little bit of gas piping I did on the 1/2 inch. So I was really pleased with that. I had a chance to use them on 3/4 inch fittings. It was another water heater job. The place had 140 PSIs. I first put in a pressure reducing valve on the plumbing system first, and then I piped in an expansion tank on a water heater. So mind you, the pressure had been reduced. So, but I did use this 10-inch Irega wrench on the 3/4 inch fittings with just what I had in my bag. I didn't use any pipe wrenches on there, and I got it good and snug. And put the water heater back in service, and it worked. So I was pleased with that 10-inch. So I went and bought the 12-inch version, so I could maybe increase my capacity a little bit, because I work on a variety of stuff. But I did find it was a little bit kind of heavy for my bag. This 12-inch, it's pretty heavy. I may downsize my bag. A lot of people in my work, they'll have a troubleshooting bag with their meter and some electrical hand tools, and then a service bag like this. And I may eventually do that, because I do carry this up on roofs, and I'm 49, but I'll be 50 in a few weeks. So I want to make things a little bit easier for me, so I may end up downsizing that. But if I do, I may start carrying the 12-inch in my bag, because I seem pretty pleased with it. I did have a little bit of trouble with this 12-inch wrench it was an after-hours call I went on, it was a water heater situation that had 110 psi's, and since it was after hours, I wasn't going to put in a pressure reducing valve at that time of night. So, but I did tell them I'd put in the expansion tank, the protected water heater, then come back later for the pressure reducing valve. So I did have 110 psi's on there, and I wanted to get them really snug, the fittings I put in there in that water heater, because I didn't want to be called back later and say, hey, we've got a little bit of drip here. So I will say I struggled with it, and it kind of strained my shoulder a little bit, trying to get them really tight and snug for that 110 psi. So I did end up going and getting a pipe wrench to finish the job, because I just didn't want to get called and said so. But I think for 3/4 inch fittings that need to be really tight, or they're old fittings, I mean, I think there might be a little bit of limitation with these, even though the jaws go to, I think, 1 3/4. I think 3/4, heavy duty work might be your max, what you can get out of these. But I'll do a demonstration here. I got a 3/4 inch fitting, and I cranked this pretty tight with 24 inch pipe wrenches, just to kind of simulate an older fitting that's been on there a while that you want to try to get off. So I'm going to use a 12 inch on this and see how it does. I should have done a 1/2 inch as well, and got that really tight as well to show you how easy it is for 1/2 inch. But this is a 3/4 inch fitting here. She gets grabbing. Takes a little bit of work, but it will undo a 3/4 inch size fittings. So I'd say I'd recommend these. I mean, I spent the money on these for the Irega wrenches. They're cheaper for the other companies, but it's the same exact thing. But I did spend the money on it, and I think it's worth it. They do serve a purpose. They do have a little bit of limitations there, but I will put these I will keep these in my bag, because I think there is a lot of use for them, and they do seem to work. And that's the 10 inch Irega reversible jaw wrench, and the 12 inch reversible jaw. So I think they're worth it. For me, I think they're worth it, just spending the money on them, and they do serve a purpose. But anyways, thanks for watching.